everyone. I'm Kiara Dunstan, and I work in GBCA's marketing department as the marketing communications assistant. And I'm here with Sanan and Willania, who are our Jersey City and Patterson Head Start parents. And they're here just to share their experience with our remote learning program. We can get it directly from the source and hear exactly what their experience was when we had to convert from in-person learning to online learning back in March when COVID-19 hit. So we're just going to hear directly from them about what they went through and what you can expect as families and potential families of our Head Start programs. So Sanan and Willania, can you please introduce yourself and let us know what schools your children attend and how many children you have in our programs? We can start with Sanan.
Hi, my name is Sanan Ramadan. I have two children that go to GBCA, Patterson and Eastside. And one was actually just moved up from early Head Start to Head Start, and one is in Head Start. It will be his final year.
Perfect. And you, Willania?
So my name is Willania Ortiz. I belong to the Nelson site in Jersey City. I only have one daughter currently attending the Greater Bergen Community Action Head Start, and then sadly next year she'll be heading to kindergarten. But for now, I'm going to enjoy her being there.
Perfect. Okay, so let's just jump right into it. Can you both, starting with Willania this time, just tell us your experience back in March when Head Start switched over to remote learning from in-school, in-person learning. Just tell us what that was like for you.
Well, first of all, I'm pretty sure as a parent, not being in this pandemic, everybody was shocked. This happened overnight. It was like a state of emergency. Oh my God, what are we gonna do? But luckily, Greater Bergen, the staff was fully trained. They handled it very well. They transitioned quickly. They knew exactly what to do. They handled everything under control. And even virtually, it's going really, really good. I'm very happy with the experience. The teachers know exactly what they're doing. And they've been trained. They're always reaching out to parents. They've always reaching out for the children. I mean, it's a great experience, and I'm very happy the way they've handled it and the way they are handling it still. Like I said, they are communicating daily, lesson plans, virtual learning. They've done it all. I think they've done a great job.
Perfect. That's great to know. That's great to hear. And for you, Sanan?
At first, I was really scared. I didn't know what to expect. I was nervous having two children home and me being responsible for their education. It was really scary. But, I got a comfort. Once we actually started remote learning, it got easier and everything made sense.
That's perfect. That's great. I'm glad you guys were able to transition so smoothly with the help of, not only you and your children, doing it on your own, but with the help of our Head Start staff. I'm glad that they were able to help you guys transition smoothly into that because nobody was expecting that.
Oh, and if it wasn't for them, I still would have been lost. They took the time, they called me, they guided me step by step. Like they were there every step of the way. Because obviously, I know I wasn't the only one who was freaking out at that time. Like, oh my
Right.
God, what's gonna happen? My kids are gonna fail. Oh my, all these things go through your mind because we are not teachers. Right. I mean, we do the best that we can. And yes, we're teachers and like setting examples, doing this, but we're so always overworked with the daily activities of our lives. It really like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? But luckily, once again, the teachers reached out and they were there every step of the way. Until this day, they are there. So
right.
It's good.
So it's good to know that they had that experience, even though they were thrown into it. They had that experience, and it worked out well for both you and them. And now going into this school year, they've had that experience with that, and they'll be able to do it even better this time around. Yeah. So how did GBCA Head Start staff adapt to that change? I know you touched on it a little bit, but are there any particular things that they did, like specifically that you can recall that they did that just made you feel like they adapted really well to the situation? Like, do you have any instances? Okay, yeah, we'll go to Sanan first since we did Willania first for that one.
I mean, yeah, I definitely had the proper guidance. There was times where I was so stressed. I felt like, I I just can't do it anymore. It was very aggravating having the kids around me 24 hours, not going out. And his teacher, especially my son's teacher, definitely guided me in the right direction. I definitely had the proper guidance. Like I would explain to her that I couldn't keep him calm, that he wasn't paying attention, and she would give me like tips specifically for him. based on what she already sees in class. So it definitely helped me out a lot. Like that was huge for me.
Yeah, that's amazing. That shows you she was really paying attention to him in the classroom and was able to actually help you while he was home, based on what she experienced with him there. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And for you, Willania?
Continuing what Sanan just said, same thing. Miss Maria Mesnelli, room 302, shout out. Um, they were really great. Again, they transition quickly and they're always available. Like they communicate daily and they're available from 8 to 3, 8 to 3:15, even sometimes 3:30. Like these teachers really, really care for our kids and it's shown throughout their work, throughout their daily communication, throughout everything. These teachers, they're just simply amazing and kudos to them, not to just my daughter's teachers but to every teacher of the Greater Bergen. They are doing an amazing job and I feel like they have learned so quickly what just happened basically overnight, because this
Right.
pandemic took overnight, and yet they're doing it,
Right.
they're just amazing. There's nothing else I can say, but they're simply amazing.
That's great. That's really great. So I know you guys both talked a lot about communication, how they kept in communication with you and you were able to reach out to them, they were able to reach out to you. Now, what was that communication like? Like what was it through? Was it text message, email, phone calls? How were they able to keep in contact with you in this, odd situation?
By all any means of communication. It was text messaging, phone calls, emails. I had my social worker. She called me every single day. We've communicated by all means necessary. We've
Right.
used all means of communication.
That's great. And same for you, Sanan?
Same here. Every single day, I was getting phone calls and emails. I would email my family worker at like 9 o'clock in the evening,
Mm-hmm.
and she would respond. She was
Yeah.
there. She was the greatest support system. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, like, one of the things that stood out to me the most was that even if, like, I needed some sort of help or I needed guidance or, hey, I'm looking for this or, hey, I'm having issues with that, they would find the resources that I would need to get the help that I was looking for or requesting at the time.
Right.
So, not only, like, they've been helping, obviously, like, the kids every step of the way, but they're also helping parents because I'm an example of it. They've also supported me mentally, because it's draining. It really is draining. And sometimes you feel like, oh my God, I just can't. And then, I'm not one to be shy and ask for help. If I need it, I'm going to ask it. And they were there every step of the way. And then, they kept checking up on me and my children. How are you? How are the kids? So it was great. It was really, really great.
That's great.
They have all the tools necessary, not only for the children, but for parents as well.
That's great to know that the purpose of Head Start, because the purpose is not only to help the children, be ready for kindergarten, but to also help the entire family and, the parents help everyone. So that's great to know that even when things got rough and, you guys had to transition to in-home online learning, that purpose was still being able to be served. They were still able to help the entire family. So that's really great to know. And that answered my next question, which was how often do you speak to your family worker? And both of you pretty much answered just about every day, right? Often, multiple times a day. So that's great. That's great. So what about the nutritious aspect of it? Because that's also a part of Head Start. It's an inclusive learning program where it's not just solely based on education. It's also there to provide nutrition, resources to the parents, resources to the families. So how have they maintained the nutritional aspect of it? The food aspect of it. Can either of you speak to that? The meal part of it.
The meal part, basically, well, GBCA Patterson did not physically distribute to the children, but they did to families in need. I did not go physically, but my family worker did send resources for local Boys and Girls Club that were passing out, distributing food, meals, and Oasis for women. Anything that would come up, she would send everything. So
Right.
every parent had the resources to go out and get food. And there was some people who would deliver food as well for people who could not actually physically go and get food. Yeah.
Yeah, our family workers, they were like, they would call and say, where are they going to get you food? Like what you needed, what time you have to be there. Just for example, this Thursday, we're actually having food distribution in our sites. And then I guess the teachers asked like what parents were going to go because the pandemic and CDC guidelines and stuff. So this Thursday we're actually having one from 9 to 2. There's going to be food distribution. There's going to be diapers for whoever needs them, and also the nutritionists, they were giving us workshops for healthy eating, rethink your drink, individual consultations, not just for the kids but for the parents as well. So they're always available and accessible. So
Yeah, I know Audra and Christine like to keep in contact with
yes,
the families about the
yes.
nutritional aspect of everything. So that's great that they're still in contact with you guys too. And between, outside resources or GBCA resources, you guys are able to figure out where you can get your meals from, where you can get your food from, and that's wonderful. So what about the mental health support aspect of it? Because like I said, it's an inclusive program where it's not just solely based on education, it's the health, the physical health, the mental health, and everything in between. So what about the mental health support aspect of it? I know you guys said that your family workers kept in contact and made sure that, if something was going wrong, they kept you mentally strong. Can you talk a little bit about that?
So at least what I'm going to add to that is that we had family support groups running from March until it closed, and we were going to have it for a summer school program as well. But with everything happening, they're always available to answer all my questions. We have a parent activity coordinator who was amazing. In the calendars, there would be like workshops we were going to have of like mental health support, because now everything is virtual. So in the calendar, it's like easy to access. You just click on the link and it takes you right there to the workshop that we're having. And we also had Kelly McGuire.
I got you.
Yeah, she was our parents a group guru. So she's great. She was there. She gave us tips on handling tantrums, picky eaters, and again for us, how are you mentally? Here are some tips. Here's what you can do. So we had all the help needed.
That's
Every
great to
step
know.
of the way. Yep.
Same for you, Sanan?
Honestly, I would say that my children's teachers were checking up on us. My children's teachers, when they would call and ask like, "Oh, how is everything?" They would know that, oh, like things aren't all right, and they would push like, "What's going on?" And
Yeah.
I know my son's teacher especially. She would call me every single day. She called me every single day for 2 weeks straight. She made me feel okay. She
Yeah.
let me know that my voice sounded better. She was, very supportive to the point
Right.
where she felt calm that everything
Yeah.
was okay and everything was better with her
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
So she was being attentive to you, how you were and your mental state of being, and making sure she checked in on you, whether it was the family worker or the teacher, you were getting that support.
Yes.
So that's good. So I'm not sure how involved you guys were in the parent activities, things that they would have, but what were those like? How did those still occur during the remote learning process? Did you guys still
Yes.
have the parent activities?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Once again, we just got our September calendar and very accessible. Click on the link. We just had our first parent committee meeting yesterday.
Wow.
Yep. So yes, we are still
So
getting it.
everything's still rolling.
Oh yeah. The only thing is that everything is virtual, but other than that, we're getting everything like if we were physically in school.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. One of our activities we also had was virtually. We had our Mother's Day tea party.
Oh,
Yeah. So we
Wow. You still had the Mother's Day tea
Yes,
party.
we still have them. And this year, obviously, was done virtually, but it was still great. We talked about our experiences, what goals we have accomplished. We had a mom who shared makeup tips because, yes, it's stressful, but you always got to find the time to take care of yourself. It's a
Yes.
must. You have to.
Absolutely.
Just
If you
pluck,
look good, you feel good.
even if you just want to pluck your eyebrows, put a bandana, and call it done.
Yep.
But, it's just a little TLC that we all need. We have to find the time for it.
yes.
Agreed. Yeah, absolutely. So Head Start this year is going to start remotely. We're not sure what's going to happen in the future, but as of the start of the school year, it's going to be remote. How are you guys feeling about that decision? Like, I know everything that you've said so far is positive, but are you still feeling positive about going forward in this direction remotely still? Or how are you feeling about it?
Look, honestly, it's okay for now, right? Because it's a must. But as soon as schools open, my kids are back in it, and this is the honest truth. Yes, I mean,
No, I hear you.
reason being, kids need that social interaction. They need to see their teachers. They need to see their peers. Right now, that not being with them in school, it can affect them because like everything is being done in the house.
Right.
There's some places you can't go. There's parents who don't want kids to play with other kids. It's like it's scary and it's dangerous, but back to the question, I am happy. We're still getting it done. We're getting our lesson plans. We're doing virtual with the teachers, which is really, really good. They are seeing their peers, but like I said, as soon as school is go safely to go back, my kids will be there because
I
they
hear
need
you.
it, and so do I.
I hear you. I'm sure everybody feels that way. And for you, Sanan, would you agree?
I like the remote learning. I'm
You like it? Okay.
scared to send my kids back. Um, I okay, they do learn more while in person. I agree 100%. But I feel like it's still dangerous out there. We should not risk it. They are young, kids touch everything. So if the school stays closed longer and we have to do remote learning longer for the preschool especially, I wouldn't mind.
I
Oh,
hear you.
yeah, I don't mind either because it's for safety. But again, schools will open eventually, and my
When it's safe, right? When it's safe,
yeah,
schools
I
will
mean,
open.
whenever, I mean, first of all, for most and foremost, God first, right?
Yeah, of
And
course. Agree.
whatever the governor then decides, and whatever the schools deems safely, then yes, of course. But for now, there's nothing else we can do. Make the best out of it, and we're enjoying it as it is.
Yeah, you just have to make the best out of it, like you said. You just have to adapt and adjust, and we're
Yeah,
probably gonna have to keep adapting because then we're gonna have to be switched back the other way, and then
yeah,
it
yeah,
could possibly go back to
yeah.
remote learning if things don't go well. So we have to learn to just continuously adjust, right?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so is there anything else that either of you want to add? Just, for any parent or family out there who is currently in the program and has not yet experienced the remote learning, or is a potential parent who wants to put their child in the program and just wants to know more about our remote learning program, is there anything else that you'd like to add that we did not cover?
Do it. Enroll the kids in GBCA. You want your child to feel like they're number one and they're getting all the attention. Well, they're going to get it here in GBCA. I've known it from experience. My daughter has been going here since she was 1 and she's now 4. And I wouldn't change it for the world. They give you the care, the treatment, anything you ask for, they have it. Anything you would like to be or see included. You have a voice, you have an opinion. They will listen and they will do whatever they can to make the parent happy, and obviously number one, the child. Even if there's mental delays, anything, GBCA has everything covered.
Perfect. And for you, Sanam?
For potential new parents, especially, I suggest you try it out because I was nervous sending my kids. I'm young, I don't know what to expect, but it's been the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. They learn so much. I feel like my children are more advanced than my my siblings' kids who are a little bit older, but only because they had that head start. They literally the head start.
Yep.
Yep, like you said, that is the whole point of Head Start. It's literally a head start, a jump, an advantage towards, kindergarten, and it gives you, like you said, that head start, in your education, and also everything else because they work on, fine motor skills and the mental aspect and social skills and,
Yes.
like I said, things outside of education. So that's the whole aspect of Head Start.
Yep. They will be ready.
Yep.
When I feel like when, for at least speaking for my daughter, when she goes into kindergarten next year, she has it hands down because they literally come out ready to transition and step into the big world.
Yep, that's perfect because that's exactly what the purpose is to get the kids kindergarten ready. That's our slogan, GBCA
Yep.
Head Start gets
Yep.
the children kindergarten ready in all aspects.
Yep.
So it's good to know that it's actually happening in real time and people can hear directly from parents who have experienced it and have children in the program that yes, it does work. And while we did have to, transition into remote learning, that things are still going as planned and going according to the purpose of the program, which is, like I said, to get all aspects of educational, mental, social, children ready and families ready for, the next phase. So thank you so much, Willania and Sanan, for talking to me about this and sharing with people who are watching this and wanting to know what your experience was like. It's been so helpful and informative, and just thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Thank you.
For any parent or family out there that wants to learn more about our Head Start program, you can go to www.gbcaheadstart.org. Or if you want to just go ahead and apply and you're sold on everything that Willania and Sanan have been telling you about, you can go straight to www.gbcaheadstart.org/apply now. And right there, you just fill out a small, short registration form, and somebody will reach out to you for the next part of the process. So yeah, thank you again, Willania and Sanan. It's been really great.